Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Game Week 1. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your FPL Game Week 1 teams looking like, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the goalkeepers and the defenders. I do just want to quickly apologize, though, about the last team selection video. I accidentally left the template over the strikers. I still spoke about what the strikers were, but obviously, yeah, do apologize about that. Will not happen again. I think I was just trying to get the video up too quick, but either way, do apologize. Let's take a look at this team selection video, though. So, goalkeepers and defenders. So, in goal, we do still have Sanchez and Dubravka. Dubravka's yellow flag has actually been removed now, so his match fitness may be good enough to start in Game Week 1. It Spurs away, so you're not going to be playing Dubravka anyway. Some people might be bench boosting, which is fair enough. A lot of people want to try and get as many points as straight off the bat, and with the, I guess, not removal of double game weeks, but obviously they're a lot less this season, so the bench boost isn't as kind of good because people would just save it for the double game week. Plus we get 2 this season as well, which means that you're given a bit more leeway to use it earlier on in the season. But anyway, yeah, still gone Sanchez and Dubravka. Sanchez is just a cheaper way into that Chelsea defense for 5 mil. I'd love Cucurella in the team, but I just cannot afford him because obviously I could go Matt Sells and then obviously Cucurella, but that is 0.5 more than Sanchez and Milenkovic. So yeah, that 0.5 is very vital for the rest of my team. But yeah, Sanchez and Dubravka in goal. There has been talks of obviously Chelsea looking for a new goalkeeper. Nothing in concrete though, nothing settled. They didn't go after Donnarumma, and I feel like if they did want a new goalkeeper, they probably would have pushed for Donnarumma a little bit more because they buy everyone. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with Sanchez and Dubravka. And like I say, if Sanchez does start getting benched, Dubravka can come in and then I'll just have to use a transfer on a goalkeeper. But either way, Sanchez and Dubravka are my goalkeepers. And then my back line for this week is Milenkovic with Brentford at home, Diouf with Sunderland away, and then also Pedro Porro with Burnley at home. Watching the Super Cup, Spurs looked very, very attacking, and Porro was at the heart of that. He was on set pieces, especially with Maddison out now. He's more like playing a right wing role at times as well. I really, really like what I saw. So I have gone from the extra 1 mil from Van de Ven to Pedro Porro. I think that it will, over the course of the first few game weeks and stuff, I think that will kind of repay me with more points. Again, Van de Ven could go and score a bullet header and I'll look silly, but I think Porro has the better stats, the better chance of attacking returns, and also still obviously has that clean sheet potential. Diouf as well with Sunderland away. Again, very, very attacking, looked very, very good preseason. He's kind of better in every way, shape or form regarding the stats than Wan-Bissaka, so that's why I've gone for him. They're still both 4.5 mil, so it's not like I'll have to spend more money. But yeah, very much like him with Sunderland away this week. And then Milenkovic with Brentford at home. I have gone away from Nico Williams just simply because Forest are looking for another kind of player in that position, and you know, I still think Nico Williams is going to start the season. I think he's going to start the first 3 or 4 games. But if we do buy somebody before the transfer window ends, yeah, Williams could be a bit of a rotation risk, especially with European football this season. So I definitely think Milenkovic is the better option. He's a little bit more pricey at 0.5 more, but got the goal threat. Usually on set pieces as well, we always aim to pick out Milenkovic. He nods it down and then someone taps it in. That's kind of the set piece, but sometimes he'll just score the bullet header as well. He went on a bit of a scoring spree last season as well, so hopefully can do that for us for the start of the season. But yeah, quite happy with the defenders there. Very, very good Game Week 1 fixtures. Yeah, so very, very happy with them going forward. But those are my defenders and my goalkeepers for FPL Game Week 1. Moving on, let's take a look at the midfield, which has also changed quite considerably. I've gotten rid of Marlon just simply because a lot of people think that he is a massive minutes risk, even though he's had a ridiculously good preseason. There's been so much talk about him still being a minutes risk, and I just don't really want to put myself in that position where I'm having to deal with a minutes risk player like Marlon for 5.5, because the transfers around Marlon for that price are players like Anderson and Shrewsbury Hall and stuff like that. And I think I'd rather just start with Anderson, who is cemented in that Forest lineup. He's great for DEFCON, can get a couple of attacking returns as well. And Anderson is just a solid player. I don't know how much you've seen of him when he was at Newcastle, or maybe for the under-21s in the England, was it the Euros we just won? And then obviously for Forest last season. He's been an absolutely immense player, so I really like him going forward. I'm not going to be playing him every single week, but this week I kind of have to play him. But Brentford at home is a great fixture for Forest anyway. Salah with Bournemouth at home is my captain. Yeah, not really needing to say a lot about him. He's just such a good asset to have. Still Palmer as well. Palmer and Salah have been the only players that I have not gotten rid of. Every single other player on my team I have gotten rid of at some point, but those two have stuck like glue to my team selection videos. So yeah, both on penalties, both the kind of talismans of their teams. Very happy with those going forward. Still got an Njai as well. Leeds away, coming up with 6.5 mil for him. Again, he could be downgraded to a Shrewsbury Hall, and that would allow me to have 1.5 mil to put elsewhere, but I just don't really know where I would invest that 1.5 mil. Maybe on my other striker, but at the same time, I think Njai on penalties looks very, very good for Everton. I think he is potentially worth the money. Plus, he's an easier swap for any other kind of 6.5 mil mid as well if something goes wrong. And there are some other decent kind of like 6.5 mid options like Kudus and stuff like that. So, yeah, decided to go with him just because I like penalty takers as well. Very, very useful there. And then also gone with Rodgers as well. He is flagged, but he's been seen in training, everything like that. We've got to wait for more information on him. But I just think that Rodgers is just such a solid option. 90 minutes. Could even potentially be on penalties as well. It could be him, it could be Watkins, it could be Tielemans. We don't really know right now. But yeah, 90-minute man. Got a lot of attacking returns last season. I think he's been absolutely solid for Villa. And if he's fine, then yeah, he'll be in my team. He was in like one of my first team selection videos as well, but I've gone back to him now just because I kind of have to with the money. As I've just said, I do like penalty takers, and obviously Anderson and Rodgers potentially do, obviously, well, Anderson doesn't, Chris Wood takes them, Rodgers we're not too sure about, which again is a little bit of a sting because I do really like having penalty takers, but you know, it is what it is. I have taken a look at Bruno Fernandes as well, potentially downgrading one of my strikers to a Bruno Fernandes, but you know, he's playing in that deeper role. He's not playing, I mean, he can play in that obviously more forward role, but if he's not playing in it a lot like preseason and stuff, then I don't really want to go near him. He is on penalties, which is great. He can get a return in any game, really. He is that good, but I don't know, I feel like for 9 mil I'd want him to be playing a lot more forward. But either way, those are the midfielders there for my Game Week 1 team. Moving on, let's take a look at the strikers. We've got Watkins, who's got Newcastle at home, and I've actually bought João Pedro in for Palace at home. I know he is a minutes risk. To be fair, he's the only player on my team now that is a minutes risk. But the reason that I brought him in is because for 7.5 mil, he's got 3 really, really good fixtures to start the season off, which is Crystal Palace at home, West Ham away, and then Fulham at home. And then I can just transfer him out for Mateta, who's also on penalties, especially if Eze goes, because Crystal Palace don't have the greatest fixtures to start off with, whereas João Pedro does. And I think João Pedro has been so good preseason, he will start every single game until like European games kick in and stuff. But for the first like 3 or 4, I think he'll definitely start, and then I'll just transfer him out for Mateta. Again, he might not get 90 every game. He's probably going to get like 65, 70. But with how good Chelsea are, with how good they've been preseason, again, unfortunately, another player that's not on penalties, because obviously Palmer is, but at the same time, he's just been so good preseason. So I'll probably transfer him out for Mateta a little bit down the line, but it just looks very, very nice to have him for the first 3, even though he is a potential minutes risk. But he's so highly owned that if he does go and smash like 2 in against Palace, it's going to really start my season off badly. So it's more of a defensive kind of I guess tactic as well, but you know, I still think he's going to be solid for the first few games, even though he is potentially still a minutes risk. But those are the strikers, and then the bench is Dubravka with Spurs away, Strand Larsen with City at home. I've gone for Dorgu as well, who's got Arsenal at home, and then I've also gone a Steve for Spurs away. So Steve is just in there because obviously the price, 4 mil, very, very good starting defender. Burnley's defense was very, very good last season in the Championship. It's not going to be anywhere near that good in the Prem this season, but for 4 mil, I think he's an absolute bargain. Dorgu as well looked very, very good preseason. I think he just got like a goal and assist in the last preseason game or something like that. Has looked very, very sharp. Obviously Arsenal at home, so I'm not going to be playing him this week, but going forward when they do have the likes of, they've got some really nice fixtures coming up like Burnley at home and stuff, obviously he's going to be played. And then Strand Larsen, once you get past that City at home fixture, he's a very solid option, and potentially should be on penalties as well. And as well as that, he got like 14 goals last season or something like that, or 14 goal contributions without being on penalties. So even though they are missing Cunha, I think that everything will go through him, and I think he's still going to be a solid option going forward. So yeah, that it's kind of like, I understand that there's another striker option as well in Guy, but at the same time, I'm a little bit worried about his minutes and stuff. And for this week, for example, like I'd probably have to end up playing him if there was like some sort of information about Rodgers or Anderson or whatever, and I just don't really want to kind of throw myself into the deep end by bringing him in. Whereas players like Strand Larsen, are going to play, and he's fine to play like game week 2 onwards, and again should be on penalties. And I probably will opt for like a 3-4-3 most weeks as well, because I have 3 playing strikers, and then probably bench I'll probably bench Anderson most weeks, and that'll just be my kind of like team going forward. But again, I'm pretty happy with this game week 1 team. There might be slight changes depending on what happens with Rodgers. If he's out, then obviously that will change a bit. Obviously, I've dropped like Wirtz and stuff, who again I think is solid, but I just think the 3 opening fixtures for Villa are just better than Liverpool's. And even though Wirtz I think will be very good, for 1.5 mil cheaper, I've gone with Rodgers, and that's allowed me to upgrade like my defense and stuff. And I think that money just being spent elsewhere has just benefited me more. But anyway, that is my game week 1 team. I might do a stream later, not a deadline stream, but just kind of like a mini kind of pre-game week 1 stream. We'll see what happens. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment. What are your game week 1 teams looking like? Subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.